girlfriend dumped me after coworkers said I wasn't in her league. 4 hours later, she begged me to take her back. Story 1. GF broke up with me after her coworkers said I'm not in her league. 4 hours later, she regrets it all and is begging for another chance. I have been with my girlfriend Kate exclusively for 5 years, but on and off for 2 years before. A lot of my first happened with her. We went to each other's prom, school dances. We supported each other through tough times. I know Kate is out of my league, and I did all could to make her feel safe and secure. I'm in love with her and wanted a future with her. I went off to college and got a double major, and Kate went into cosmology school. We were planning to move in with each other in a few months and talked about marriage and children. For the last couple of months, she kept making comments like, "My coworkers keep asking why I'm with you, and coworker name thinks that you're not in my league. My coworkers want me to hang out with them and meet new people." Every time I would ask Kate what she thought, she always said that she loves me, ignores the comments and tells them to stop. But they kept saying these comments made by her coworkers. We always had open communication, talked things out. We haven't had any major issues. We argue over little things such as movies, TV, anime shows, food, etc. We don't hide anything. These comments started when she got the job at that salon. She works with all women. She did not cheat or anything. No emotional affairs, no hiding locations, no secret social media. The other night we had a nice date, had a good after date. When I dropped her off at her place, she commented that she was having doubts about our relationship and wanted to break up. I was super confused and didn't say anything. I slowly walked away. I know it was because of her coworkers, the comments they were making and pushing her to leave me. She said so in a message. Less than 4 hours later, she started calling me and texting me saying she was sorry, didn't mean it, that she loves me, and she was stupid for what she said, listening to her new friends. She was going to quit and find a different job, stop talking to her friends' ASA coworkers. I have not responded to anyone. I'm conflicted. I love her. I have a ring being made for her, money saved for a house for both of us. We share 85% of our friend groups. The rest are from our jobs. Most of our shared friends have now heard about the breakup and seem just as confused as I am. From some of the messages I have received, it looks like she told them the truth, that her coworkers started to give her insecurities about our relationship, and she saintly went with it. Her parents tried to reach out to me asking what happened. We are very close. I have been radio silent. Luckily, I can work remotely. I left my apartment yesterday with my laptop and found a nice place with good internet to still do my job. I feel lost. I don't know what I did. I don't know how to feel. I need advice and suggestions. TLDR, my longtime girlfriend just broke up with me because her coworkers thought I'm not good enough for her. Quick update. After I posted, my boss sent me an urgent message asking if we could do a Zoom meeting. I accepted. When his picture came up, there were 2 cops behind him. Apparently someone they wouldn't name asked them to do a wellness check on me. They tried my apartment and no one was there. Then they tried my work, but I was not there. My boss knew I was actively working remotely and called me. I had to explain I was all right, just had my phone off due to drama. I'm also supposed to go to her parents' house tonight. Update: we did not have a meeting last night. I rescheduled it for tonight, Friday. Life also has a way of kicking you when you are down. As I was going through my missed calls last night, I got a voicemail saying that my ring would be ready to pick up today, Friday. I also want to apologize for spelling and grammar mistakes. I have not been in my right mind the last few days. Thanks for all the feedback. I will probably update tomorrow or Sunday. Update: my longtime girlfriend who just broke up with me because of her coworkers. They thought I'm not good enough and out of her league. Thanks for the messages and comments. It has been an emotionally draining few days. On Friday, I cleared all my voicemail and texts. I ended up with 61 missed calls, 4 from the police, 14 voicemails, and 417 text messages. I sent a generalized message to those who reached out stating that I was okay and safe, as well as needed time and space while I worked out some personal issues. I picked up the ring since it was already paid for, then put it in the box I made for it. I did go to her parents' house. As soon as I pulled up, Kate opened the door and ran out. She had been crying, went to give me a hug. I accepted, but it wasn't how I usually hug. She then tried to kiss me. I moved my head and backed up. We went in and sat down. We sat for about 10 minutes, not saying anything. She started crying and said she was sorry. I just responded with okay. I asked her what she told everyone. She said the truth. I asked her why the cops were called to check on me. She explained that she didn't call them. After our friends found out and tried reaching out, none of them had heard from me in over 24 hours, so they decided to call in the wellness check. Kate used the word catatonic to describe me after I walked away. I took a bunch of the questions you guys posted. I asked her, "Why did you break up with me?" She didn't give me a straight answer, something about people at work constantly talking bad about me and playing on her insecurities. I asked her why she kept letting that happen and not put a stop to it by setting clear boundaries. She said that she tried, and it worked for a day but would go back the next. I asked if she saw value in me as a person or in our relationship. She said that she does in both. I asked why she would break up over something a random stranger said about me. She said she was sorry and it was a dumb mistake. Paraphrasing. I asked, how did they know about me or our relationship, and how much did they talk about me? The ladies at the salon overheard Kate talking to some of our friends or customers while she was working about me. Things we did like dates, birthday parties, etc. Did she believe her coworkers were right? She said. I then followed up with why. She said again that she did not know. I asked her if there was someone else. She immediately said no. She has never cheated or been tempted to. She offered me her phone, which I declined. I told her how I felt. Sorry isn't enough. If you want this relationship, you need to prove it to me. I didn't care that your coworkers kept talking about us. It's that you listened. It isn't what they said that hurts. It's the fact that you kept listening to it and repeated it back to me. You didn't try hard enough to stop them. It makes me feel like you had to feel the same way to an extent. That is what hurt and damaged the relationship. Your insecurities are what broke my trust. I will now always think that this might happen again, that you will run off at the next opportunity. She asked why I just walked away. I told her that at that moment just 2 sentences broke me and made me rethink my life up to that point and the future I was planning with us together. I was growing and making moves for that future. She started crying harder. I felt bad. The next thing I did, I regret. I asked her if she knew I was going to propose soon. She said no. I pulled out the box and showed it to her. I had made the box as well. It has 2 buttons, one that says yes and one that says no. It has lights that say, "Will you be my life partner?" I set it on the table and pressed yes. The box opened, and she started to cry even harder. The ring has both of our birthstones that form the shape of a completed heart, with small diamonds surrounding it with laser-engraved initials and the date of our anniversary. I had it made so that it could be added on to if and when we had kids. Her parents were there, but were more there to make sure things stayed civil. Her mom was crying, and her dad looked pissed, but not at me. They both made comments about the ring books. I told her that the future I had planned was not going to happen anymore. I told her we needed to give each other space, at least 3 months of no communication. We need to take a step back and look at who we are and what we want moving forward. After that, we will see where we are at, but this is on my terms and timeline. I can't return the ring, so I don't know what to do with it. I might end up just giving it to her if things don't work out after 3 months or longer. She said that most of our shared friends told her off and blocked her. Her parents are pissed, and her little sister hasn't talked to her since the first night. I said I'm sorry, but actions have consequences. I wished her the best, thanked her parents for all they have done for me, and hugged them. I knocked on her little sister's door. I have known her all her life, thanked her as well, hugged her, and left. I have 4 months left on my lease. I'm thinking of possibly moving when it expires. Tonight I'm hanging out with a good friend, Mr. Johnny Walker, just for tonight. I will get my life going again tomorrow. Update I would have proposed tonight. Not sure if anyone will read this, but if things didn't go down the way that they did, I would have asked her to be my wife tonight at midnight. Our first date was on Leap Day. We would have been married on Leap Day of next year. Updates. Hello, people have read it. This is a follow-up. I've had many people reach out and ask how I am, and for an update. Thank you all for your love and support. To the negative Nancy types, sorry if your name is actually Nancy. I hope you stub your toe in the dark one night going to the bathroom. This may be my last update on my situation. I'm going to try to keep things in a timely order. After my last post, I tried getting my life back together. I had limited contact with my ex up until about a week ago. That's jumping ahead, though. I did like I said I would, some self-reflection therapy sessions with my therapist who I have been with for a while, and hanging out with friends to get me back on track. It was working, too. I got to the point where I wasn't always thinking about Kate. I did feel down about things sometimes, but I was really getting myself back. I also threw myself into my work, but my therapist said it was unhealthy, so I cut back to a more normal schedule. From what I learned about Kate during this time, she was also able to get into therapy. Her job, and left in a way that burned all bridges to her ex-coworkers. Petty, I admit. She has a different job in a different field and is planning to go back to school in the spring. She would ask our shared friends who didn't just drop her, and were there for her when she needed them if they had seen me and how I was. They would usually just say doing well and living. I actually ran into her a few weeks after the breakup and my heart skipped. She did not look like the woman I knew. She looked defeated and down. She was out with some of her other friends and I could tell she was faking the smile and laughter. She did not see me. It made me sad to see it. I still have the ring. It is in a safe spot. The box I made I was able to modify and gave it to another friend to use. She suggested I sell it, but I declined. Overall, things were getting better. I was still going to hold firm on the no contact rule, but life doesn't always happen that way. Several things prevented that. We ended up seeing each other face to face twice. One instance was at her little sister Cool Play. I had pinky promised her I would be there, and you can't break pinky promises. The second was at a mutual friend's birthday. We kept our distance but did small talk and blended into the environment. Things changed for me in our situation about a week ago. I still don't have much memory of the day, but this is what my friends have told me. For about a month now, I have been getting migraines right behind my eye. They would make my vision blur. Thinking it was nothing, just stress and the events in my life, I ignored it. I was out with two of my friends walking around, talking and shopping. I wasn't feeling well, but was still having a good time. They said we were just walking along when I slowed down, wobbled and almost face-planted. One of my friends caught me. I then had a seizure for about a minute. Someone called the medics and I was rushed to the hospital. Long story somewhat shorter, they ran a bunch of tests and it turns out I have a brain tumor. I think it's called a goma. The doctors believe they can get it out. We are currently waiting for a second opinion. I'm still in the hospital and should find out soon when the surgery will happen. My friends called everyone they could, including Kate and her family. She showed up with her family. I miss them. She was the first person I thought about when I woke up and heard the news. We have talked very deeply over the past week. She is actually my one guest I'm allowed to have. She has passed out on the uncomfortable seat bed thing they have here. I'm not sure what we are. I do still care about her and love her. The plan moving forward is that when my lease is up, I will not renew it. Her family has invited me to move in so they can take care of me if things go well. After much consideration, I have accepted their offer. I won't be able to drive for a while. Honestly, I'm scared, but I have a good support team behind me. My affairs are in order for the worst-case scenario. Thank you for reading this far. I hope you all have an amazing day, week, month, year, and life. Please do me a favor. Tell the people in your life that you care about that you love them, and give them a hug for me. You never know what life is going to throw at you. It hurts me that she slept with someone I loved, but it hurts me a lot. All the things I read in those chats, how she enjoyed watching him compare me to her, or how she asked him about personal things about our relationship, just to laugh at it. She's dead to me, and my parents know it. I don't even care if I'm a bad person like them. This is something I can't forgive, and I don't even feel bad for my reaction. Edit. I posted half of the message. Edit. My mother was disgusted and my father was angry, but they only comforted me until I left their house. I don't know what they talked to my sister about afterward, and I don't want to ask, but they will probably cut contact with her. She just said that it was a mistake, and in the voice message, she only talked about how weak she feels mentally, and that she has been having anxiety attacks. Even though I didn't hear the full audio because it lasts over 4 minutes, I was getting even more pissed off with her just wanting to be the victim. So I stopped the audio almost at the end. She never explained why she said all those ugly things about me, because everything was about her having anxiety attacks. Update, thank you for all the nice comments you left me. Benny wrote to me with tips for The Sims, and I'm really grateful. Thanks for the game recommendations, even though I'm really bad at playing action games. The last action game I played was Resident Evil 4 on the PS2 a long time ago, and it was because I had a crush on Leon Kennedy. He would never cheat on me, BTW, as a token of appreciation. And because I also like it when the op uploads the whole gossip, I will put here half of the message I sent to my sister. The message I sent her was really long, and I cut out the parts where I talk about very private things, or when I insulted her to not make the post too uncomfortable, because I was really hurt and angry at that moment. And I talked about many personal things in the text. I will put the copy of the message at the end. If someone talks Spanish, I'm sorry if it sounds weird in English. I did my best to translate it, and I had to remove a lot of parts. Message to my sister. I'm not interested in hearing any of your excuses. I believed you when a problem happened with your ex-friend group, because I really trusted that you would never do something like that. But now I understand why everyone leaves you alone, and you deserve it. What you did to me is crap and you know it, but you didn't care, because you spent a year being the of shame, without any shame, and now that I found out everything you went days without talking to me, because you are a coward, and on top of that you still don't care about what you did to me. You're only talking to me because Dad probably stopped talking to you, and you're running out of money, so you want to fix this crap so he gives you money again. You are always an idiot, but don't you think it's a lot to be my boyfriend's second woman? How little respect do you have for yourself? We're sisters. I don't even know what's going on in your head because I don't understand what's wrong with you, girl. I read all the messages between you two, and you even started comparing our bodies. You're sick. You know that I never did anything for you to do this to me, and I loved you. But everything turned out really well for you because he's with you. So enjoy that feeling, and the love you two have for each other for now, because you are going to be really lonely later, and you are going to go back to your cave. But this time, I am not going to be there to pity you like every time I did before. Stay with him. There's nothing that interests me less than fighting for an idiot who is surely going to leave you. But let me make it clear to you that you're not going to hear about me again. This dies here. We are not sisters anymore. If I see you on the street, then I'm going to cross to the opposite sidewalk to not see you. Update: they broke up. Nobody surprised. When all of this happened, my parents scolded my sister, and she got offended and didn't speak to our parents except to ask them for money. She asked them for money to buy things for her career, but then my aunt told my parents that my sister actually used the money to buy my ex some sneakers. My parents never gave her any money from that day on. She's an idiot, TBH. My parents started to pay for us to go to a private college, and the only thing we have to do is literally study. The only thing she had to do was take her studies seriously, but she didn't. So my father got tired and hasn't sent her money for months. My ex CED'd the post because he said it went viral on Facebook, and obviously he recognized the story. He contacted me to apologize and said he knows he did wrong by hurting me like that. But my sister manipulated him, and it was a total mistake. I told him he can shove his apologies. Meanwhile, my sister and I have only crossed paths a few times, but she always avoids me because she thinks I'm going to hit her. I won't. We're not in the same career, so luckily we don't see each other too much. Anyway, a few days ago she went to our parents' house, saying that she broke up with my ex, I don't know why, and that she felt really sad and had an anxiety attack. I don't know exactly what they talked about since I wasn't there. But my mother told me that she told my sister that she knew what was going to happen when she slept with him. My sister justified herself by saying that they're in love, so my mother and she just argued again, and my sister left. Now she doesn't talk to anyone in the family except our grandmother to ask for money. Final update. I know my sister is not going to change her bad habits, and she didn't learn anything from this. I even think she will get together with my ex again because they're just toxic with each other. But it's her life to ruin, not mine, and I don't care anymore. The bright side, I sold the PC to a guy from Reddit who saw my post, and that really saved me from having to keep paying the dues. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play The Sims much, but I prefer the extra money. My ex had told me that he wanted the PC back, but I told him that if he wanted it, then he should pay the remaining dues. He said no, so the idiot wanted the PC for free even though he slept with my sister. I know it's a boring update, and probably everyone wanted the update to be my sister, begging for forgiveness and my ex is suffering. But no, they are just two idiots who deserve each other, and nothing more happened. Even today, I received a message asking me for an update, haha. It's been a while since my last update. Some things have happened. First of all, almost 1 month ago, my sister talked to me from another number to tell me that her friend saw my post in a video on Facebook. Apparently it's even translated into Spanish, haha. For the first time, we spoke again. She made a big fuss saying that I didn't even change our ages or data, so her friend obviously acknowledged that I was talking about her, since I didn't even hide my nationality. I told her that I wasn't interested in her complaint, and that she should be thankful I didn't post it on my own Facebook. She told me I'm a posos, and that I portrayed her as a terrible person. Honestly, I don't regret it. No one here knows her face, and I'm the one who looks like a fool in front of everyone. She started pressuring me to delete the posts, but I told her that it doesn't make sense anymore, because it's everywhere, so I just blocked that number. A few weeks after I made my last post, they got back together, but now they're not together anymore. Acquaintances I have in common with both of them usually tell me that they cheat on each other all the time, or maybe they have an open relationship, I don't know, but they always see them with other people in clubs. I'm not really interested in it since I avoid going to the same clubs as them. It's really annoying because my sister used to not go to clubs, but now she started going to the same ones I always used to go to. She had always criticized me for going to those environments. At this exact moment, they are not together, and my ex has been looking for excuses to see me, like returning clothes I forgot at his house which I don't need. That's why I was not interested in going to look for them. So one day he came to my apartment unannounced to bring me my clothes. I had no choice but to let him in. We slept together, just kidding, ha ha ha. I just let him into my apartment to leave the clothes. I should talk to the manager to tell him that he is no longer allowed to have free access to my door. It was very uncomfortable because he reminded me all the time that he is no longer with my sister, and that I am a great woman. I told him that I know I am great, but I am not interested in hearing about his relationship with my sister. I love gossip, though, and I just invited him to leave my place. He even tried to kiss me on the cheek before leaving. Yikes. Meanwhile, my parents don't know what to do with my sister anymore because she's even stopped going to college, although she's never really paid much attention to her studies. They're tired of spending money if she doesn't make an effort. They have warned her that if she continues like this, they will stop paying for her university. But from what my mother said, my sister does not care, and she really believes that my parents will at some point give her money again to fulfill her whims. I really hope right now that she doesn't get pregnant, but I'm even afraid she might do that so my parents can support her again. About me, I feel much better, except for the fact that I don't go to my favorite club anymore. I'm very well emotionally, and I've already reached a point where I hear about their crap show as if it were something foreign to me, and I'm just watching two crazy clowns. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you really like our videos, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good day.